What's going on, YouTube? First of all, I want to send a shout out to Two True Yo, um, one of my followers, and he's an Instagram follower of mine. I appreciate the support, bruh. Salute. You asked for another video. You demanded, said the streets is waiting, so here we go. Now, the subject I want to get on today is a lot of people ask me, how did you mentally, not physically, the physical part is nothing, but how'd you mentally condition yourself to make it out of that place or get through that place and stay like viable once you became home? And my thing is this, and if you learn how to do this properly, it'll save you a whole lot of stress, worry, grieving, all the things that happen when dealing with certain situations. And what I like to call it, and makes it easier for me, is I call it a switch. It's like a emotional switch, right? And you can apply it to whatever type of situation you're going through. Like, say for instance, your mom passes away, and you don't feel like, say for instance, okay, my mom passed away when I was in prison, and I had developed this switch throughout my years where I was able to basically turn off all my emotions. You know, they were still there. They were still underneath. But it was basically created by myself, of course, psychologically, to cope. You know, it wasn't just stuffing the feelings. It was acknowledging them, putting them to the side, and being able, I'll grieve for that at the proper time. Because, I mean, really, is it really the proper time while incarcerated to be sitting there crying and all looking weak? Well, when you're living the soldier's life, there's no time to just be looking weak. You have to put a united front with the rest of your core as strength. So I turned that switch off. I had that switch off most of the time I was incarcerated. Like, even when it was anger, like, you wouldn't know I was mad at you. You just know by my actions that you did something wrong. Because I wasn't walking around, I'm going to fuck somebody up. Nah, it was the same look. Like, hey, what's going on, man? But you can see the switch has already clicked. And it's the same look. Just, hey, hey, I heard your mom died, man. You all right? Oh, I'm good, bruh. That's the way life is. You know, from God we come from, and to God we return. It has to happen eventually to all of us, right? But that helped me to prepare myself. Like, say, when a family member don't do something I want, and you hear about people, oh, man, I can't believe this. I did all this, and I did all that for people when I was out there, and motherfuckers can't do nothing for me. Nobody don't do nothing for me. It's all good. It may really hurt on the inside. Like, oh, they're not doing nothing for me. But the attitude that I need to have to make it through and to stay without gray hairs and to stay with all my hair on my head. And I'm not going to take the beanie off right now because it's rainy out. It was rainy outside earlier, so I didn't like do my hair or nothing. And I need to get a haircut anyway, so I'm looking kind of raggedy. But it's good because I'm still getting it. As you can see, I'm still at work. You know what I mean? But like that switch, like even in relationships, like I was talking to my homeboy the other day, and I was telling him, like, you a relationship type dude. So in a lot of instances, you'll let the relationship control you in your life. Well, if you learn to fabricate your own switch psychologically, then you'll get to a point where you won't let that relationship control you. Yeah, you are in love. Yeah, you want to be with that person. But if that person don't want to be with you, you got to learn to turn that switch off and do what you got to do to keep yourself pushing forward. And then when you get to a point where it's okay and you're comfortable, then you can turn it back on and properly grieve for that relationship. I mean, when you know you're not going to hurt yourself or others by putting yourself back in that relationship because you just want it so bad. You know what I mean? A family member of mine died, you know, that was really close to me when I first went to prison. And my first reaction was to get involved in the first bull crap I can get involved in to take out that anger, right? But when my mother passed, it was like, first of all, they locked me down. When they heard my mother pass, they called me to the chaplain's office, put me on the phone, and by the time I got back, they escorted me back to my building in handcuffs. put me in my cell, and wouldn't allow me out with the population for like 8-9 days. I got out for like an hour to use the phone, take a shower, and they let me run on the tier for a little while just to have some legs, some movement. And but it was like you're confined to quarters, right? CTQ. Because when it happened in '99, I believe, to my aunt, I came out and I basically started a riot. You know what I mean? It was a small one, a small melee. It wasn't a riot, it was a melee because it was like 10 on 10. So that's like a melee, right? It wasn't a whole yard cracking. It was a small melee between us and the Crips. But I used the basketball part of it as a reason. And, you know, and that was in my file. And they knew about it because it happened right after I found out. So, you know, these type of things are the things that helped me develop a switch. And another story for you guys is like when the mother of my children decided that three of my kids decided she was going to take my kids to Oklahoma now to live. Now, I'm incarcerated in California. So basically what you're saying is that I'm not going to see my kids anymore for whatever the indeterminate amount of time. And you know, that didn't sit too well with me, but the fact that I had that switch helped me get through it without going crazy and losing my mind. You know what I mean? The fact that I was stuck in that isolation for so long, you know, as you can see when you look at my eyes, I'm just a functioning human being, man. I'm not dead inside. I'm still here. I'm still functioning. I'm still getting it. I'm still doing what I'm supposed to do because the switch was turned off and I properly grieved at an appropriate time. You know, when I came home, I was able to sit in a room by myself and deal with the death of my mother. You know what I mean? When I addressed certain people in my family, you know what I mean, that I felt like should have been more participants in my time or people that thought that felt bad that they didn't, I was able to address that properly, turn my emotions on and let them know how I felt and accept how they felt. You know what I mean? And get it the right way. Creating an emotional switch and learning how to deal with your emotions properly and at a proper time can help you in so many situations. It helps you not react badly to tense situations, so you don't just pop off whenever you get mad. It helps you like if you're with a girl and you know what I mean, she tells you she don't want to be with you no more. You don't pop off, and because when you give people when you show people that they can easily control your emotions, you give them power over you. You understand what I'm saying? So if I know that if I call you a bitch, it's going to make you mad and make you swing on me, now you've given me the power to control you in some aspect. All right? Because all I had to do was call you a female dog, and you're going to swing. So if I really want to do something to you, I can make you start it. So it looks like, and that's politics 101. I can make you start something with me and then not be in trouble later because I'm just defending myself. It's a deadly game, man. So that's why. So if somebody was to say something and you just, oh, okay, all right. So that's how you feel, okay. So then you can store that away and address it at the appropriate time. So basically, this video was about a switch, man. Learning to control your emotions and control your situation. It'll make you a stronger person. And no, I'm not telling you not to deal with your emotions. I'm not telling you to stuff them away forever in a big little ass jar to where they explode uncontrollably. I'm telling you, put them to the side. Acknowledge what happened. Understand it. Put it to the side to be dealt with at the proper time. Thank you for the support. If you're a supporter, if you're not, you know, middle finger to you. I don't care if you don't like me. It's good. I'm going to still keep doing these videos for those who like the content. Please spread the word, man. Give me some ideas. Like, subscribe, and hit the notification bells, and you'll know when I put a new video. I try to get more often, but you know, I do what I can. Shout out to Big Hurt once again for starting this whole journey for me. You know what I mean? Too True Yo at Instagram at 2 True Yo. Thank you for the support, brother.